Welcome to the Kindling dating channel. I'm so glad you found your way here, and please take this as your sign from the universe that you have found the right place for you. I'm Eimear, your straight talking dating coach, and at Kindling, I'm cutting through all the noise of dating, online, offline, and yes, even in real life. I help singles to believe in love and take action to find it, so they are positive and confident, open to dating, and finding your happy, healthy relationship. On here, I'm going to be sharing some of my tips, translating some of the dating trends and buzzwords that you hear around the place, but also sharing conversations with the people that I have along the way. But first, what is a dating coach? You may never have heard of a dating coach, or you may have come across some dating coaches with very specific angles. For example, targeted women saying, get your man and your Tiffany diamond ring, or 4 text messages to make him chase you. These are actual things I've seen, by the way. Or targeted at men. How to speak to women. What do women really want? Like we're all aliens. Playing on people's insecurities and the stereotypical happy ending that we've all been fed through society, from fairy tale books right through to movies. Women are taught that the ultimate goal in life is to get married, and that the happy ending can be found in the fairy tale romance. Whilst men are fed the story that being a lone wolf is the epitome of masculinity. Or maybe you've come across some of the many, many books about dating that are out there. He's just not that into you, from way back in the day, definitely showing my age now, or calling in the one. I believe that the reality is that as human beings, we all have an innate need for connection and intimacy, regardless of gender. And as you may have guessed, as a straight talking dating coach, I don't subscribe to these old ways of acting a certain way or following a specific game plan to attract the one. Instead, I empower you to be self-confident, clear about what you want, and equip you with positive action to reach your goal. And I use the word goal intentionally, because quite often when it comes to relationships, we're afraid to make a relationship goal because it is dependent on this like mythical other half that we haven't met yet. But yet we will all make goals around our careers, around our finances, around the holidays that we want to take, around where we want to live and how we want to live. But possibly the most important thing, the person to share it with, we're afraid to make a goal around. And that is one of the first things I say to people is get clear on what you want. Don't be afraid to say, this is my goal and I'm going to achieve it, and believe that you will achieve it. Only by doing this can you empower the universe to send it your way. But anyway, back to what you may have heard before. My issue with these lines of thoughts is that they take the focus away from you. You know, it's all about finding the one or chasing the one or understanding what they're thinking. But where are you in this quest for love? What about your feelings? And this is one of the fundamental issues with dating, is that we can quite often lose sight of ourselves. We're so focused on finding somebody and making them like us that we forget about how amazing we are and how much we have to offer, and how you being in somebody else's life is going to make their life infinitely better. And when it comes to that, like following a game plan, you know, as the saying goes, be yourself because everyone else is taken. You know, if the relationship is going well, at some point that facade has to come down. So, you know, building it on this kind of false pretense is kind of a fallacy. And, you know, if the relationship is progressing and moving along nicely and you've been together for a while, you're probably going to start, you know, planning a holiday and you're going to go away together, and sod's law, one of you is going to get food poisoning. And then, you know, all the pretense of decency is absolutely gone out the window. And this is where Kindling dating coaching comes in. It's the new way of dating, putting the focus back on you. But more about that later. Right now, you're probably wondering, who is Eimear and why is she all about? So Kindling has been very much born out of my personal experience. I was single for a long time. I was on some of the first dating sites, such as My Single Friend and eHarmony, way back when it was not seen as cool or normal. I have tried speed dating, singles nights, friends setting me up. I even hosted a voucher party. And when dating apps came along, I tried those out too. And I was doing all the dating, but I didn't realize that I had many barriers up. But, I was okay. I was fine being single because I was focused on my career and life was good. And it wasn't really until the penny dropped that I was actually lonely that I started to strip away those stories that I was using as defense mechanisms and, hiding behind these stories of being fine to hide my disappointment. And I started to strip those away and I started to be a bit more open and vulnerable with myself. And then I was able to break out of the negative cycle that I was in. And I actually met my husband through Tinder. It's not such a hopeless place after all. And, in all this kind of dating journey that I was doing, I knew from my girlfriends that they were finding it tough too. But it wasn't until I met my now husband that I could see from the guy side that it was also really tough for them. And I think online dating in particular is leading to people feeling overwhelmed and dealing with rejection and isolation and getting into these negative cycles, hopefully downloading a new app and then taking a complete break from dating and disappointment when it's not worked. And I feel like people who are looking for love and meaningful connections, regardless of gender, sexual orientation, or age, are just feeling lost in today's dating field. It's hyper connected, but it's also overwhelming, and it's creating this disconnect in between, the two camps that are trying to come together, and also this just kind of sense of helplessness. I see so many people feeling stuck in their romantic lives, and I'm on a mission to get you unstuck. So how do we do this? By stripping away all the noise and bringing the focus back to you, getting clear on what you want, believing that you will achieve your relationship goals, and engaging with dating positively, putting you in the driving seat rather than waiting for things to happen to you. I honestly believe that with the right mindset, love can be found. If any of this is ringing true for you, then subscribe for more. There's some really good chats coming up. And visit kindlingdating.com to find out more about the 6-week challenge. The next group intake is starting soon, so jump on that fast and sign up for updates. And if you want to have a chat, just book in a call with me anytime. See you again soon.